This training is something that is very near and dear to my heart because I've been there. I've been in your shoes. Okay. So let's go over the 4 tips to building unshakable confidence in sales. All right. So I'm going to dive right in. One of the best ways to enhance your confidence is you have to change your mental state. Now, what I mean by that is right now, 5 minutes ago, and in 5 minutes from now, you're going to have a mental state. And that mental state is going to dictate your actions and your emotions. And one of those is confidence or lack of confidence. So one of the best ways to change your mental state is through changing your physiology, right? There's an expression, motion creates emotion, right? So you have that emotion. And so my suggestion, one of the easiest ways to enhance your confidence and to build unshakable confidence is when you are selling, don't sit in a chair, stand up. Stand up, use your hands, keep your head high, have your shoulders back, have a strong posture, and believe it or not, that in itself, changing that physiology will change your emotional state, which will build confidence. Okay. So the last thing you want to do is be sitting huddled behind a desk with your head down and you're kind of whispering into the phone and you lack that confidence. One of the best and easiest ways to enhance your confidence is to change your physiology. Okay. You notice how I stand during these lives. Can you imagine if I sat down on the chair and I just kind of like mumbled into the microphone? And how much would you guys like that? Would that be fun? No, probably not. Right. So I stand up because I want to get excited. I am excited. So ultimately, I'm not trying to get you, where it's this fake pumped up, but I do want you to understand that your physiology can definitely change your state, and your state is important to manage, especially when you're trying to enhance confidence. So number 1, change your physiology. Okay. Number 2, you have to have a plan. Okay. Because confidence is based upon certainty. If you lack certainty in your results or in what you're trying to achieve, then your confidence is going to go down. If you have a high level of certainty that you're going to achieve your goal, then your confidence goes up, right? Just makes sense. So let's use an example. Let's say, for example, just a non-sales related example. You are going to sail a ship from New York City to England. Okay, just a random example. And in the first example, you don't know where you're going to get your ship. You don't know where you're going to get your fuel. You don't have a map. You don't have a compass. You don't have any supplies. And you don't have a crew. How certain are you going to be that you're going to actually be able to sail from New York to England? Not very certain. So your confidence level is going to be very low, right? Makes sense. All right. So now in scenario B, the second scenario here, all right, you've got a ship. You know where you're going to get fuel. You got a compass. You got a map. You've got a crew, right? You've got somebody you can call in the event that you have a problem, right? So just imagine the difference between scenario 1 and scenario 2. How much more certainty would you have in those scenarios? Well, the exact same thing applies to sales. The exact same thing applies to being an entrepreneur. You have to have a plan. So sales is a process. It's not just a random happening. You're not just randomly picking up the phone and trying to talk to somebody on the other end. There's a process. There's a science behind it. And so you need to understand that. You need to have a real plan. Now, I can't give you a plan right this minute on what the sales are for you because they vary niche to niche, industry to industry, product to product, service to service. So the key is you have to have a plan, because the more you have a plan, the more certainty you will have. And the more certainty you have, the more confidence you will have, right? That's how we build unshakable confidence. All right. So number one, we talked about change your physiology. Number two, we talked about you have to have a plan to create that certainty and that confidence. Number three, this is an important one. Not a lot of people talk about this. You have to understand, it's not, you hear this expression, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I want to amend that a little bit. I want you to think of this as it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Because here's the thing, you can say something very confidently, but if you have the wrong words, right, and you have the wrong premise and the wrong understanding, and you have the wrong script, or you have the wrong way of overcoming an objection, you can be as confident as you want. If it doesn't make sense, it's not going to work. So it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. All right. So what I mean by that is really simple. I'm not one of those guys who's a big fake it till you make it. I don't like that saying. I don't like that philosophy. I understand it. It's not my preference. Okay. I don't like faking anything. All right. But speaking with confidence is really important. And top salespeople are confident over the phone. They have what I call verbal posture, just like I'm standing here now. Strong posture, shoulders back, head up, hands, using my hands. That's a physical posture, like we talked about changing your physiology a few minutes ago. A verbal posture is talking with that confidence, right? It's not mumbling and bumbling and talking in a real low tone voice. It's exuding that confidence. So number three is not just what you say, but how you say it, right? Emotion comes through. Confidence comes through. Passion comes through verbally. Now remember, most of our sales is going to be over the phone. You're not going to be face-to-face as much as some of the other industries. I would tell you that 95% of your sales is probably going to be done over the phone. Some of you, it'll be 100% of your sales. Okay. So what you say, how you say something is equally, if not more important than what you say, because people buy confidence. So having that verbal posture is very, very important. That's number three. And number four, last but not least, you have to master the core skills of sales that make you successful. You have to master the fundamental core skills of sales. What do I mean by that? You have to master things like how to build rapport quickly, right? How to follow up like a professional, right? How to break down and overcome common objections. How to close with confidence, how to retain clients and turn one load into 6 or 7 figures, right? So those are examples. The key here to learning and mastering sales, right, and the core skills of sales is you have to invest. Now, what do I mean by invest? You can buy books, you can buy courses, you can hire coaches, right? Those are all things you can do. Or you can do what I did, which is do all those things. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into my own education over the last 25 years. Now, I didn't do that day one or day two or day 5 or month 1 or year 1. Over the course of my lifetime, I've invested in my skills. I've invested in myself. Sales was one of those early skills that I invested heavily in. And it has paid huge, huge, huge dividends. Okay. So investing, reading books, taking online courses, hiring coaches, mentors, consultants, people that can help you to get from point A to point B faster, and they can compress time. Okay. That's really what that's designed to do. So you need to invest in those skills. And one of the most important things you can do is to learn the core fundamental skills of a successful salesperson, whether it be in freight brokerage, freight agency, or whatever industry you're in. Okay. So the good news is I am about to release my new Freight Broker Sales Accelerator program. This is a program where I take that piece of my brain, this whole piece of my brain that I've learned and acquired and ingrained in my mind over the last 25 plus years, and I insert it into your brain through my Freight Broker Sales Accelerator. You'll learn all of those skills. You'll learn how to build instant rapport, how to follow up like a pro, how to overcome objections, how to close with confidence, how to retain clients and turn them from one lead into 6 or 7 figures. All those things plus a whole lot more is a part of my Freight Broker Sales Accelerator. And I can tell you it's launching very soon. We are making huge progress. I'm thinking definitely in the next couple of weeks, this is going to release. You guys are going to get notified. But in order to get notified of the new Freight Broker Sales Accelerator, you only need to do one thing when it releases, okay? You need to get on the wait list, because last time it sold out in one day, okay? One day it sold out. This time I'm going to double the number of people in, but it could still sell out in one day. So you need to get on the wait list. The way to do that is to go to freightbrokerbootcamp.com/FB sales. freightbrokerbootcamp.com/FB sales. You will get notified immediately when it releases, and you'll be one of the first people that can get enrolled, okay? Everybody else is going to have to wait, right? If you're on the wait list, you will get first dibs on getting enrolled. Now, first and foremost, it is not a free program. It's going to cost you money. You're going to have to invest, okay? There's nothing I can do about that. That's just the price of admission, okay? Haven't finalized the price yet, but here's what my guarantee to you will be. Whatever I asked you to invest, whatever you invest in this program, it'll be worth 10x whatever that is. It'll be worth more than 10x whatever you put in, invest into it money-wise, okay? And, it's going to be I'm going to tell you right now, the feedback I got from doing the first version of this in my beta group, the group that came in and joined me early on a few months ago, has been off the charts. I'm going to share a lot of that with you during the release. Just make sure you're on the list to get notified. Make sure you're on the wait list, because if you're not on the wait list, you won't get notified. You won't get a chance to enroll. And then you're going to be mad at me later saying, hey, when are you going to open it back up? And I may open it back up 6 months from now. I might not open it back up for a year. I don't know. It depends upon my schedule, depends upon what's going on. But I'm super excited about the Freight Broker Sales Accelerator. I hope you guys are too. If you're ready for that program where it's a dedicated sales training specific to freight broker and freight agents, where I take that sales part of my brain and transport it into yours, then you definitely want to sign up for this. If you're brand new and you're just curious about getting started as a freight broker or freight agent, that's cool too. Check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. That's where you're going to want to go to check out Freight Broker Bootcamp. That's my introductory course. That's where you just get started through the fundamentals of A to Z, including, picking your niche and getting your authority and setting up your office and some basic, some of those basic things, including, getting some of your first clients, rating, shipper packet, carrier packet, all the contracts and jazz. And just know that Freight Broker Bootcamp program has a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. And we've been in business over a decade, have trained over 8,000 students. So that's my spiel. If you want to get on the Freight Broker Sales Accelerator waitlist, freightbrokerbootcamp.com/FB sales. If you're just getting started as a freight broker, freight agent, check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this.